children, welcome to the class. Today I am present here with a new poem, that is An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum by Stephen Stender. So first we must know about the poet. Stephen Stender is the poet of 20th century. Unlike Kamala Das and Anish Young, he is an English poet, not Indian. Anish Young, besides being a poet, also is an essayist. He has keen interest in politics. His famous works are Poems of Dedication, The Struggle of the Modern, The Creative Element, and The Age of Being. It is a beautifully penned down poem that exposes the pathetic condition of the children residing in slum. Now let's see. Far, far from gusty waves, the children's faces like rootless weeds, the hair torn around their pillow. Children, first of all, I want to tell you something about the title of the poem. An elementary school. Elementary means primary. An elementary school means a primary school where up to 6 or 8 grades children are taught. Now one word is here, slum. What is slum? An overcrowded and repulsive, hateful street of a city. Now see, far, far from gusty waves. Gusty. Gust means a strong current of the air. Then gusty waves means waves with a strong current. Means strong waves. Far, far from gusty waves, these children's faces like rootless weeds. What is weed? An unwanted wild plant. These children, which children? The children in slum, dwelling in slum, are far from the gusty waves, from the strong waves, from the strong wind. Here, gusty waves symbolize the natural beauty, greenery, beautiful scene, healthy atmosphere of the city. But the children living in slum are far from the gusty waves, far from the healthy atmosphere, beautiful atmosphere. These children's faces like rootless weeds, the hair torn round their pillow. Pillow, P-A-L-L-O-R, pillow, means pale. Pale due to sickness, pale due to distress. The torn hair, what does it mean? Torn hair means unkempt hair, uncombed hair, tangled hair. The torn hair over the pale face faces of the children looks like rootless weeds. As the rootless weeds are dry, ugly, charmless, not looking beautiful, dead. In the same way, the uncombed hair, the unkempt hair, the tangled hair over the pale faces of the children looks ugly, looks charmless. So here there is comparison between the torn hair around the pale faces of the children and rootless weeds. And to show the comparison, the word like is used. So children, here there is figure of speech. Which figure of speech? Simile. So what did you follow? The children who are living in slum, they are far from healthy atmosphere of the city. Beautiful atmosphere of the city. They are dwelling, they are residing in overcrowded area, in a repulsive area. And the uncombed hair over the pale faces of the children looks like the rootless weeds, like the dry, rough, rootless weeds. The tall girl with her weighed down head. Now here the poet describes the children sitting in the classroom. The classroom which is in slum. The school which is in slum. The tall girl with her weighed down head. The poet said that in the class there was a girl who was very tall. She had put her head down. Actually, her head was down due to the burden, due to the load. Load of what? Load of sorrow, load of sadness, load of mental distress, anxiety. Her head is weighed down. Her head is burdened. Her head is loaded with sadness, sorrowfulness. Means the girl is not happy. The girl is tearless. The paper-seeming boy with rat's eye. There is one more boy sitting in the classroom. He is as thin as a paper. The paper-seeming boy. The paper-seeming boy. Again there is comparison between the boy and the paper. The boy is as thin as a paper. But children, here the word like or as is not used. But there is comparison. So which figure of speech is here? Metaphor. The paper-seeming boy means the boy as thin as paper with rat's eyes. His eyes were like the eyes of the rat. The stunted. Stunted means scrawny, bony, skinny. The boy was very thin. It seemed as if he has no physical development, no physical growth as he should have. Unlucky heir of twisted bones. H-E-I-R, heir. Heir means successor. The stunted, unlucky heir of twisted bones, reciting a father's gnarled disease. Gnarled means twisted, distorted. The boy is unlucky successor. He is unlucky inheritor of his father. Why? Because his father was suffering from deformity, distorted bones. So the boy has also inherited the disease from his father. His bones are also twisted. His bones are also distorted. The boy has inherited ugliness, twisted bones, the disease of deformity from his father. So now see here, the paper seeming boy. How is the boy? The boy is as thin as paper. How are his eyes? His eyes are like the eyes of rat. He is stunted, means very thin. Unlucky, ear of twisted bones. His bones are twisted, deformed. He is suffering from disease of deformity, and he has inherited this disease from his father. Such boy is reciting his lesson. He is practicing his lesson, sitting from his desk. From his desk, he is reciting the lesson. At back of the dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young. There is one more boy sitting in that classroom, but this boy seems to be different from the other children. Why? Because this boy seems to be still hopeful. He had still dreams in his eyes. His dreams were not dead like other boys. Still he seemed to be cheerful. Still he was hoping for something better in his life. But this boy was unnoticed. This boy could be hardly seen in the class, could be hardly noticed in the class. Hardly anyone could pay attention to that boy. But the boy was sweet and young, very small. His eyes live in a dream. His eyes were full of dreams of a squirrel's game in tree room other than this. At back of the dim class, children listen here. The class has been called dim. Why? Dim class means here the class without air, the class which is not spacious, the class which is not well lit. As this was the school of Slum. This was the class of a school situated in slum. So the class was dim. His eyes live in a dream of a squirrel's game in tree room other than this. The boy wanted to go outside. He was interested in pleasure of outside. He was interested in games, outdoor games. Game like chasing the squirrel. A squirrel which lives in tree room. Tree room means here the hollow of the tree, the holes of the tree where the squirrels live. So the boy wanted to play outside. He had the dreams of pleasure of the outside world. He wanted to enjoy the outside world instead of sitting in the classroom. So now let's talk about some of the figures of speech used here. Let's talk about some figures of speech used here. See the line. Children's faces like rootless weeds. Here, as I have told you earlier, there is comparison between rootless weeds and the hair which has scattered over the pale faces of children, and the word like is used. So this is simile, because simile is a figure of speech where two things, two persons are compared and the words like, as are used. Now see the second one, the paper swimming boy. Here also we see the comparison between paper and the boy. The boy is as thin as paper. There is comparison, but no words like and as. So this is metaphor. Metaphor is a figure of speech where two things or two persons are compared, but the words like and as are not used. Now some questions. So first question is, why was the tall girl's head weighed down? Answer is, the tall girl's head was weighed down with her mental distress, with her anxiety, with her cares. Question number 2. What disease had the thin boy inherited from his father? The thin boy, the boy who was looking like a paper, who was scrawny, had inherited the disease of deformity, the disease of twisted bones from his father. Question number 3. What did the sweet and young boy dream? The sweet and young boy dreamed to enjoy the pleasure of outside world. He wanted to enjoy all such things which were enjoyed by the city dwellers. That's all. Thanks.